All right, so I'm going back. I'm in object mode. I hit Shift A, and I can create an empty, and I'll make a circle. I'm going to use this as a heel controller for the inverse kinematic, which I'll apply to the knee, and S is for scale, so I'll scale this down. So I'm going to use this as a controller for the inverse kinematic on the knee and a rotation and position controller for the foot. I think that will work. So I'm going to go back into, I've created it in object mode, which is where I get the Shift A menu, but now I need to go into, I click on the armature and I can go into pose mode, and I click on this bone. This is the knee bone. And I want to add a constraint to the bone. And that's here, add bone constraint. And I'm going to add inverse kinematics to this bone. The bone turns brown, and there's a dotted line that leads up here to the main bone. But what I want is a chain length of 2. So I think of it this way. It's going to go from here, 1, 2, to here. And then that will be a child of the main bone, not 0, which is here. So it goes from 0 to 1 to 2, and that's how I think of it. So chain length should be 2. Enter. And I think that's correct now. So then this needs a target. There are 2 kinds of target, pole target and target. And pole target is kind of like, it will help us maybe if we have trouble making the arms bend the correct way. So I'm not going to do that yet. I'm just going to use a target for this IK. And, this object empty bothers me a little bit. Let's stop for a second here, and let's go into object mode. Grab this thing here, and where it says in the object viewer here, where it says empty, I'll make this left heel. CNTRL. That's a controller. Okay, so now let's go back into. You can't get into pose mode without having the armature selected. So back in pose mode, here's the bone. It's selected. Still needs a target. I'll click on the eyedropper, and then now you can see object left heel control. Okay, so now if I'm in object mode, I can move this up and down, and the knee bends, but the foot still kind of drags. It rotates without me wanting to rotate it. So I'm going to fix that now. I think. I hope so. I'm just going to undo. Get it kind of back the way it was. I'll go into edit mode. Move that knee forward. Okay, that knee is forward. Okay, that's fine. So I want this foot bone to be a child, to take its rotation and position information from this circle. And so I think I can do that. First, I'm going to hit Control P. Maybe it's Alt P. Yeah, it's Alt P. I'm going to disconnect the bone. This is in edit mode. And then Alt P again. Alt P. And clear parent. So now this bone doesn't have a parent. If I go back into object mode, you don't have to do this, but if I do, into object mode, please. There we go. You can see now that knee bends perfectly, but the foot doesn't come with it, right? So now I want this to be a child, this bone to be a child of this empty, and I want it to take. Actually, I just want it to take position and rotation information from this. Not really. I'm not going to child it to that. I don't believe. So let's try this. I'm back in bone constraints. I'm in pose mode, bone constraints, add bone constraint, and I want to copy rotation information from that circle. And let's, oh, and then I have to choose this target. And the bone automatically does this flip thing, but you can see it's just sticking out the back there. So it has to be, remember that Z is the line through this, through the screen. So it needs to be, excuse me, Y is in this setup, so it needs to be Y. But then this bone is all kind of rotatey, right? So let's just hit R and rotate it. Okay, maybe I guess I use this. That's what I made it for. Use this circle, R to rotate it, and put it back down, right there. And then I think I want to take this circle, and let's make sure that it also has at this point. Well, let's do the other childing bit we want to do. It's not really. It's a kind of constraint, right? Back in pose mode. So I made this rotate with the circle, but it rotates with the circle. That's R to rotate, but it doesn't move with the circle, right? So let's fix that part, and then we'll be ready to move forward in pose mode. So we did a copy rotation constraint. Let's add another constraint. Copy location. And so the rotation's up here at the top, and this is copy location. It needs an object with the eyedropper. There we go. So now, and that should be X, Y, and Z. So now if I move this circle, I should get kind of what I'm looking for, which is back in object mode. Yep, so now the toe doesn't automatically dip, but I can rotate it to make it point up or down any which way I like. Notice that there is I can also stretch it beyond, so I could maybe make this, because it detaches there because it's no longer connected to the knee bone, it's connected to this circle, this empty, but I think I could make this circle. Maybe I could make it a child of the knee bone, and then it wouldn't detach. But I think I can just keep from detaching it, and maybe I kind of like that. I can stretch his foot if I need to. So I think that's the next step for me. I think I've done everything here. I'm going to just click on the armature, make sure it's all zeroed out. I'll click on this circle. I'm going to zero it out, apply all transformations. No, that's not right, because I got the circle here. I say apply rotation scale. How's that? It does rotate. Oh, and I scaled it. But it doesn't have any keyframes. I did scale it. I don't think it matters. I think the controller I can leave just like this. I hope so. So the last thing I want to do is I want to join this to this set of bones here. The object, which is the foot, to just these bones, so that this part of the leg is being controlled by this bone, this part of the leg is being controlled by the knee bone, and this part of the leg is being controlled by the foot bone. And I'll do that in the next video.